All right, so now you have followed our tutorial to first learn what is ERC20 and how to code a ERC20 smart contract. And I hope it helps you to learn more about Solidity and general EVM. Now it is time to actually deploy the contract and interact with it. So to do so, please open the link I provided in the tutorial. We're going to use a Remix IDE and awesome web Solidity IDE for this part. So for step one, we're gonna create a Solidity file here called erc20.so, and then let's copy all the code in the tutorial to this file. And make sure you already understand every part of it. And step two, let's compile and deploy the contract. To do so, click the Compile tab here and select the right compiler and click Compile ERC20.so. And after successful compilation, please go to the Deploy and Run Transaction tab. And first of all, select the environment, select the account that you want to use as a deployer, and select the right contract, which is ERC20.so in this case, and click Deploy. And congratulations, your first ever ERC20 contract is deployed. Now let's interact with it to check all the functions. So if you click the Deploy Contracts tab here and expand, you can see all the functions are listed here. You may notice that there are some functions are in blue and other functions are in orange. So the blue functions means they are view functions that doesn't involve starting a transaction. You basically call these functions and you get the information you need. The others in orange are all functions that updates the on-chain variables, and calling these functions needs to start a transaction. So first, let's check the token's basic informations as we previously defined here. So decimals, name, symbol, and total supply. And because we doesn't specifically assign a value to total supply here, so it is 0, but that's okay. The next step is we need to mint some tokens to our address. To do so, let's call the mint function and mint 100 tokens to the address that we're currently using here, and transact. And now let's query the balance of our address here, balance of, you can see we have 100 tokens now. Then let's try the transfer function. The transfer function requires a recipient address and an amount. Let's transfer to another address and let's say 15 tokens, transact. Now let's query the recipient address here. Balance is 50. It seems like all the function works. Finally, let's try the transfer from functions, which requires a spender to transfer your tokens on your behalf. But before doing so, we need to approve the tokens to the spender. Let's say the spender address is this one and approve it for 20 tokens, transact. Now let's query the allowance mapping. The owner address is our own address, and the spender address is what we just assigned. Let's call it. As you can see, allowance here for our spender address is 20. Now let's try the transfer from feature. First, the sender address is our own address here. The recipient, and let's specify a recipient address. Because we just give a 20 allowances, let's put 20 here. And you need to make sure that you are using the spender address here. So let's switch to the spender address and transact. Now let's query the recipient address again. It's 35 tokens now, which means all the functions works. All right, that's it. That's the whole tutorial sections. And we hope you can deploy your own ERC20 tokens and name it wherever you want. And let's go on chain.